Welcome to Life in the 1900s newspapers. And we will be looking at a day in 1929. We will be reading a newspaper from the day March 6, 1929. Before we begin reading, I like to focus on something from the 20s. I thought I would focus this one on the Peacock. In the 20s, it was the height of fashion to have peacock's feathers either in your hat or on your dress. Check out Theda Bara. This famous silent movie star wore this dress in the movie Cleopatra. The love of the peacock motif in fashion extended to the 1940s. Here is a famous dress worn in the movie Samson and Delilah. This dress was worn by the beautiful and talented and smart Hedy Lamarr.
Thank you.
It's not Hetty, it's Hedley Lamarr.
The hell are you worried about? This is 1874. You'll be able to sue her.
Let's get right into our newspaper day. It is the Martinburg's Journal from Martinsburg, West Virginia. And the issue is March 6, 1929. Let's start with these two unique articles. If I Were a Man by Jill. If I were a man, I'd wear garters, and I wouldn't be blithely calling on my best girl with socks flapping around my ankles and a bare expanse of hairy leg exposed to the cold, cold world every time I sat down. I would remember my own pet sentiments about a girl appearing in public with the seams of her stocking slightly askew, or a few wrinkles marring the smoothness of their fit around the ankle, and I try not to be consistent by taking a little thought about my own. After all, there's nothing beautiful in a bare masculine shin, and I'd spare the girl's friends' feelings by keeping mine concealed. It's all very well to be collegiate, and are sometimes interesting, but when it comes to the question of neatness and good taste, a smooth sock held in place by garters has it all over the wrinkled, sloppy kind. No girl likes a careless dresser. If I Were a Girl by Jack. I wouldn't take a man over, no matter how much money he had and how willing he might be to spend it. I would not set out deliberately to have him spend it on me. I wouldn't order the most expensive dinner I could think of. When he asked me to a show, I wouldn't name one that was charging the highest prices. If he suggested supper after the theater, I wouldn't rack my brain to think of a nightclub that costs the most. A man may be a reckless spender and as generous as they come, but he hates to feel that a girl has picked him up for an easy mark. If a girl is wise, she'll keep her taking over inclinations under control until she's heard the wedding bells. No one but Rin Tin Tin has a right to bark in the theater, and he only does it on the screen. There are times, of course, when a fellow can't help it, but the most theater coughing is due to nerves and throat tickle caused by smoking harsh tobaccos, and that's like getting rheumatism by riding on the top of a caboose, when you could just as easily ride in a luxurious Pullman compartment. Those smooth, cool, Heartleaf Old Golds are available everywhere, and there's not a cough in a trainload. I know because Old Gold is my pal. Signed, Buster Keaton. Full size, full value at lowest prices. The Plymouth two-door sedan, $673. Literally, the only small car feature about Plymouth is its price. Body, chassis, engine, transmission, axles, drive shaft, springs, brakes, every part of Plymouth is built to specifications, dimensions, and standards never before available at such a low price. Jelly Rolls men had an exciting time. Behind the bare announcement that Jelly Roll Morton and his orchestra will be at Crandall's Dancing Hall Thursday night of this week is one of the most thrilling experiences of the men composing this dance orchestra. It will be recalled that Jelly Roll and his men, colored musicians of ability, were advertised to be at Crandall's last Thursday night. The hall was crowded to a comfortable limit. Many were turned away, and 100 or more out-of-town automobiles parked in that vicinity evidenced to the fact that a large number of visitors were in attendance. The appointed hour arrived, and these red-hot peppers of Victor Recording Orchestra failed to show up. It was found, via phone call, that the bus of the orchestra had broke down near Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, and the aggregation will be here as soon as repairs can be made. However, the musicians could not adjust the damage. They tried to wave down passing motorists, asking for help or in hope of sending word to a garage. The motorists not only ignored their appeals, but in several instances tried to run the men down, thinking them highwaymen. Several of the men then went to a farmhouse to ask the use of a telephone. A girl came to the door in response to their knocking, and upon seeing they were colored men, jumped to the conclusion they were thieves or murderers and dropped in a faint. The father rushed for his gun and chased the jazz artists some distance down the highway. Fortunately, another farmer came along and straightened out the situation. Word was sent to a garage, and the bus repaired. But the men could not reach Martinsburg until 12:15, too late for a dance. The greater part of the crowd present had waited till 11:30 and then retired, all getting their money back. Oh, poor Jelly Roll and his orchestra, and the poor people that were there to watch his show. Hey, just for fun, let's listen to a song from Jelly Roll and his orchestra and stand up and party on like these people. Sure looks like a lot of fun. Let's see what the newspaper says is playing at the theaters. At the Apollo today, Richard Barthelmess in Scarlet Seas with Loretta Young and Betty Compson. Romance and adventure somewhere east of Suez. R. Dick as a devil raisin salty sailing through life's scarlet seas. The star and director of The Noose unite to make an even bigger hit. A First National Vitaphone picture synchronized with sound, not a talking picture.